Man, listen, I need to talk to some of all y'all today because some of y'all out here, foreign folks, like they got free tacos in their pockets. You just blindly following. You don't even know where they're going. But there you are, tagging along like it's a field trip. Bro, sis, at least ask, hey, what's the destination? What's the destination? Before you hop in the car with the fool who don't even know how to pump gas, right? See, I ain't trying to be harsh, but we got to talk about this epidemic of followership, right? That's right. Some of y'all got leadership potentials, but you're out here trying to be a backup dancer in somebody else's flop music video. You ever seen someone follow the loudest dummy in the room? You know the type. Always got the Bluetooth speaker, walking around blasting NBA, young boy, no job, but always first to post. Big moves coming soon on Instagram. Big moves where? You're still sleeping on your mama's couch, and you got the nerve to have a Gucci belt, but no, but no ambition. Stop it. Now let me break it down. Like a good carne asada taco, being a follower is easy. You just gotta shut off your brain, put your dreams in someone else's back pocket, and hope they don't sit down too fast. But being a leader, that's pressure. That's having a vision. That's saying, you know what? I'm not gonna do what everybody else is doing just because it's trending. You ever see somebody start a business and all of a sudden everybody else is a CEO too? I sell lashes, bundles, t-shirts, barbecue plates, candles, and I do taxes. Girl, pick a lane. That ain't a business. That's a flea market with Wi-Fi. But real leadership, it don't look like everybody else. It ain't about being flashy. It's about showing up when nobody else does. It's about thinking different, acting with purpose, and knowing when to walk away from clowns before you end up in the circus. So let me tell you something. I remember back in the day, my boy followed a dude who said, hey bro, I got a shortcut through these apartments. Man, we ended up with 3 pit bulls chasing us, a flat tire, and a grandma who threw a chancla from her second story window and hit him mid-sprint. That was the last day I followed anybody without asking questions. See, if you don't choose your direction, somebody will choose it for you. And you better hope they ain't got you headed straight into the arms of regret. Regret is real, and it don't come with a refund. So why spend your life doing what makes others comfortable instead of what makes you fulfilled? People be like, but I don't want to stand out. Well, congratulations. You're gonna blend right in with the lost and broke. Sometimes being a leader means being lonely for a little bit. Ain't nobody clapping for you in the beginning. You'll post your idea and get 2 likes, one from your mama and the other from a spam, not named, Crypto Bay 69. But keep going. You keep building because followers wait for permission. Leaders start without it. Some of you are waiting for a sign like it's gonna fall out of the sky. Let me help you. This talk is your sign. Now get off the sidelines and get in the game. And don't get it twisted. Being a leader don't mean being perfect. It means owning your decisions, making better ones, and sometimes dragging your lazy best friend into reality. Like, bro, you've been playing Call of Duty for 14 hours straight. Let's go make some real money. You can lead with compassion. You can lead with humor. You can lead by just being consistent. The world don't need another trend. It needs someone who's tired of watching the same cycles and ready to be a breaker of chains. But leadership ain't glamorous. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna get hated on. People are gonna think you changed. And guess what? You did. You're supposed to. Don't follow the crowd, especially if the crowd is broke, toxic, tired, confused, and wearing matching shirts that say no new friends. You better get some new friends and maybe a mentor while you're at it. Leaders move differently. They say, I'm building generational wealth. Followers say, let's hit the club again. Bro, you're 43. Ain't nothing in the club but overpriced drinks and people pretending they're not tired. If you follow the crowd, you'll end up where they're headed. And half the time, they headed nowhere. So start today, lead yourself, then lead others, because success don't come from blending in. It comes from having the courage to stand up, speak out, and take the stairs when everyone else is waiting for an elevator that never shows up. So now, let me speak to my folks that feel like they're in the middle of a storm right now. Listen, I don't care how bad it's raining. Storms don't last forever. It feels like it, I know. Some of y'all going through it. Bills, heartbreak, loss, self-doubt, betrayal. Like life just uppercut you in the chin and then stole your wallet. But breathe, because storms look scary, but they serve a purpose. Storms remove what don't belong. They reveal what's been weak all along, and water the seas that buried under silence, pain, and pressure. You ever notice how after a real storm, everything looks clear, the air was fresh, the birds louder, the sky got a whole new glow? That's you after this season. You might be in a dark place right now, but God does some of his best work in the dark. Diamonds are formed underground, under pressure. Trees grow roots before they sprout. You gotta trust that this storm is not the end. It's just the shaking before your blessing shows up. And stop thinking you're weak because you're struggling. Nah, you're strong because you're still here. Some folks folded under half of the weight you're carrying right now. But look at you, still breathing, still pushing, still showing up. You might not see the sun yet, but don't stop speaking life. Speak like the sun is coming. Speak like healing is near. Speak like you ain't giving up, even if your voice shakes. Say, this storm is loud, but my future is louder. And if you feel alone, you're not. Somebody out there is watching your journey and gaining strength from it. Somebody sees your hustle, your kindness, your grit, and it gives you or gives them hope. So keep going, not just for you, but for the ones you don't even know you're inspiring. And one day, the storm will pass, the pain will ease, the lesson will make sense. And you'll look back and say, man, I didn't break, I built. So don't follow the foolish, be the leader you were born to be. And when storms come, stand tall, speak life, and ride it out like a warrior on a wave. Because the sun's coming back. And when it does, it's gonna shine on you. Hit that like and subscribe button.
One day you here, next day you gone. Heart full of pain, but I gotta stay strong. Cold world got us trapped in this maze, from the block to the box or an early grave. We products of pain, got raised by the street, but the love don't last, only death repeat. So I hold on tight to the ones still breathing, and pour for the lost ones who ain't leaving. Ain't no love in the section, only chalk on the floor. Hugs turn to handcuffs when you walk through that door. Judge don't care that you was just trying to eat. He just see a number in a file from the street, and the homie you grew up with might not make it. Caught in that system, now the state gon' break him. Yeah, it's like a drug, this street life. You hate it, but you can't quit it. And by the time you wanna